song. That is from Primal Rage. Primal Rage. Primal Rage. That is Rock and Rage. Let me see. Rock and Rage. Goodness, let me just double check. Yeah, it's Primal Rage arcade soundtrack. It says Rock and Rage, the ending credits theme for that wonderful video game. Love it. Just love it. It's a great time. It's a great time. But here, let me just play something a little more daydreaming. Yeah, I like that track. Yeah. Let's check my other tab here. Let me see. Okay, sounds pretty decent. Obviously, guys, if you're hearing any audio imperfections, just let me know. Been doing this for a while, but even then, every now and then, I get surprised by how things sound. It's not an exact science, for me at least, when it comes to streaming. But anyhow, goodness, there's some pretty cool stuff. Now, I'll be frank with you guys. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since last time I streamed casually like this. But it's nice. Welcome to Good Mornings with Mongo Things. And let me just say that it's been a nice time. I've been having a good time, in the interim. There's been some nice things. I've watched some shows here and there, and I've enjoyed some things, and I've critiqued some others. But in the real world, so to speak, quote unquote, my average day to day, been doing some good stuff. Been doing welding, learning how to weld with an arc welder. It's been good, actually. Been really getting the hang of it. Very interesting, honestly. Just really interesting. Also, could use some good vibes. Good vibes. Maybe some wishes on a genie's lamp. But yeah, currently I'm applying for a full-time gig down here at the city that I work at. And honestly, if I get that job, I'll be pretty sick. I've moved up, it's a bit of a process when you're working with the city because, it's all these different things, background checks, references, all these things. But yeah, so any good vibes, fingers crossed for that. Moved up to the next stage. Gonna have an interview on that. Not this next week, but the 18th of October. And speaking of October, let me just say I love this month. I'll be honest, I love the fourth quarter of the year. October, November, December. Oh, 3 great months. October, you got Halloween. Also, my birthday is in October. It's great. It's a great time. I mean, it's a great time. You got great Halloween aesthetic. Spooky, scary skeletons. Sending shivers down your spine. Also, you got November. November, wonderful time. Thanksgiving. Love it. I love it. What's not to love about Thanksgiving? And then, of course, you have December with Christmas. And I really enjoy Christmas. I enjoy that season. But let's get back to this spooky time. Spooky season. I've been retweeting a few things that I've enjoyed that I'd like to share on this panel. It's just me. Anyhow, let me see. Gosh, it's been forever. Oh gosh, my music stopped. Loop. There we go. That's better. It's been been a while. How do I share again? How share? I see this. I see that. Settings. Present. Okay, yeah, that is. It is that. Share screen. There we go. Select the window. There we go. Open up that. My Twitter page there. You know, first things first. Look at that beautiful thing. I love action figure. Toy photography. You gotta love it, folks. Aragon. Destroying a little village with some tanks. 69. Of course, got the pinned tweet there to the Teespring store. If you're a fan of sweet treats and Halloween fun, consider checking out Prehistoric Corn over on my Teespring. From stickers and shirts to bags and jackets, there's a lot of options to share your excitement for this wonderful time of year. T-shirts, you know, like I said, I'm actually wearing one of those t-shirts right now. I'd show you guys, but I don't have my camera connected. And even then, I think my internet connection, probably wouldn't appreciate that. But yeah, got that there. That's the pinned tweet, of course. Of course, we got this stream going on right here. But there's some nice little things. I enjoyed seeing this. We had a lot of reveals. There was PulseCon, Hasbro PulseCon 2022 that happened near the beginning of this month, and there's a lot of stuff revealed. You know, particularly, I think the big thing was the Ghost Rider HasLab, the Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. You know, the car with the Robbie Reyes figure. But this was something that was also pretty cool to see. The Wave 1 of the Indiana Jones line of figures. It's pretty cool. There we go. Look at that. You got the whole gang. You got Indy. You got his friend. You got Marion. You got that guy. You got this guy. No Nazis, though. Well, actually, that guy's a Nazi. This guy, he works with the Nazis. Anyways, you got the little Ark of the Covenant, and that's going to be the quote-unquote Build-A-Figure. So each of the figures in this wave is going to come with a piece of the Ark of the Covenant. So that ought to be pretty neat. I think that's something cool. This is wave 1, so there's potential, and it's actually very likely, it's probably already been confirmed, that there's going to be movie figure waves for the other movies in the series, Indiana Jones series. You know, Temple of Crystal Skull, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade. Actually, Last Crusade, I would very much be interested in seeing how they do the Mr. Jones Senior figure for that. That'd be cool. See Sean Connery's likeness. Lots of stuff there. Paternia at paternia.com on Twitter. Lots of cool stuff. They're kind of my go-to right now. At least I've been watching a lot of their posts. So they kind of have their finger on the pulse for toys right now. Actually, let's just pop on there. Look at that. Oh, look at that. The Rancor dying. Rest in peace, Rancor HasLab. But yeah, just kind of give you a look here. Got all their pinned tweets here, and their links to Amazon, Linktree, Discord, all that stuff. Right now, it's a lot of NECA stuff. There's been a lot of neat things here. Diamond Select Toys, Jean-Claude Van Damme. He looks cool. Nice head sculpt. I mean, honestly, I could spend a while just scrolling through all this. McFarlane Toys, lots of stuff as always. Super 7. Hot Toys. All these things. But anyhow, I digress. Let's just move on along here. Oh, it's a nice little thing. I found this. I like these kind of things. Choose 3 to protect you. The rest will try to kill you. Who are your guardians? Hashtag House of the Dragon. Kind of funny because there's really only one guy from House of the Dragons in this picture. You got Daemon Targaryen, Jaqen Hagar, the Hound, the Mountain, Oberyn Martell, Jon Snow, Jaime Lannister, Brienne of Tarth, Grey Worm, and Arya Stark. Daemon Targaryen, he's pretty cool. I mean, hey, does Daemon Targaryen get his dragon too? Does he get to have Caraxes with him? I mean, he's the only one in this whole lineup that actually has a dragon too. So that's why I chose him. No, but also he's pretty cool. He's got a Valyrian steel sword. It's Dark Sister, right? Oh goodness, I gotta brush up on my A Song of Ice and Fire lore. I know that Daemon has a very important, very iconic sword. I think it's Dark Sister, but I can't remember. I couldn't tell you definitively. Jaqen Hagar, quote unquote, I guess in the show, I would say he's kind of the leader of the Faceless Men. Assassinos. Assassins. He's pretty good. He's good at killing people. So I'd also put him on the list because really I just wouldn't want to have him up against my guys, up against me. Let me take a drink of water here, folks. Lovely. The Hound, Sandor Clegane. I was really tempted to choose this guy. Sandor, he's no slouch. In the books, he's one of the few guys who's able to go toe-to-toe with the Mountain. At least in granted context needed. It was a big thing, in that moment. It was one of the coolest moments in the show, too. Loved the show. Most of the show. A fair portion of the show. But yeah, Sandor Clegane, pretty good. The Mountain Who Rides. Gregor Clegane. Great dude. Great dude. He's good at killing people. He likes killing people. Oberyn Martell. He's a pretty good choice, honestly. He's got poisons. He's got skill with spear-like weapons. Spear weapons, glaives, things like that. And yeah, he's a solid choice. I wouldn't fault anyone for choosing him. Jon Snow. This is mostly based off of the show, although he did have some decent things going for him in the books, at least so far. Come on, George R. R. Martin, get back on that. Finish those books. Obviously, he's well trained. He's pretty well trained. Raised in, trained under pretty much some of the best swordsmen, assumedly some of the best castellans, swordsmen of the North, under House Stark. In the show, he does a lot of killing. Kills White Walkers. Does a lot of cool stuff. Jaime Lannister. I like Jaime Lannister. I'm surprised Barristan Selmy isn't on this list. Swap out Grey Worm, put Barristan Selmy. Or swap out Arya, put in Barristan Selmy. That's what I said. But anyways, Jaime Lannister, before he got his golden hand, he was a pretty good guy. He was a master swordsman. I also put him on there. Pre-golden hand. Brienne of Tarth, I think she's a solid choice. She's pretty good. She kills people. She's got a Valyrian steel sword. That goes a long way in the long run, Grey Worm, yeah. I feel like he's kind of on the lower end of this spectrum here on this tier list, I guess. This picture. He's not bad. I just swapped him out for Barristan Selmy. Barristan the Bold. Arya Stark, no one. Yeah, she's good. She kills things. She kills the Night King. All that stuff. But anyhow, let's just scroll down along here. We got some cool reveals from Super 7. Super 7, they've been putting out a lot of some varied Godzilla lines of Godzilla toys. They have their small 3 3/4 scale figures with the Reaction series. They had this nice little teaser of little Destroya, not larva, but the smaller aggregate forms. It was cool. You know, a lot of people were thinking, oh, you know, it's pretty straightforward what you're teasing when you see these. So it's like, okay, yeah, we're going to see Destroya. Great monster. And boy, were we surprised. At least I was very surprised. We'll hop back to that. But not only did we get Destroya, did they announce or reveal the Destroya, we're also getting Godzilla. But this is the cool part, in my opinion. Not only are we getting Godzilla, you know, previous waves, I think wave 2, they had a burning Godzilla. This is what they classify as 12,000 degrees Celsius Godzilla. I just call him Meltdown Godzilla because he's past the point of being burning Godzilla. He's dying. You know, if you've seen the 1995 film Godzilla versus Destoroyah, then you're definitely familiar with this scene in the movie. Let's hop on back. We'll see some better shots. So here's Destroya. Yo, we got Theme Park Casual. Theme Park Casual, hope you're having a good time out there. This guy is great. This guy is great. Here's Destroya. Comes with, you know, swappable hands. He's got 2 different head sculpts. Roaring head. Mouth shut head. And then he's got his 3 little aggregate forms. His 3 little crab boys. It's him in the box. You know, a little 3D rendering of the box, I would say. He looks big, and honestly, he's going to probably be around the 7.5 inch scale mark. He's got wings. If you're familiar with the movie, he's not like a very fluid in his movement kind of monster. He's just such a big monster suit. So that really there wasn't too much they could do per se. He had any shot that you see him in action, like when he's flying, it's like a different model. He doesn't flap his wings really. When he grabs guys with its tail, that's a whole different prop. It's grabbing the monster, Godzilla suit. But anyhow, let's kind of scroll through here. This is going to be a big boy. He's not going to have the best articulation or the biggest range of articulation. But, you know, he'll be able to move his arms, move his legs, probably be able to adjust his head here and there. Wings will move up and down. The tail seems like it'll probably have some joints in it, but it'll be interesting. I think it'll look beautiful. But look at this Godzilla. I just call him Meltdown Godzilla. Oh, so cool. You see the bones. You see his chest bones, his fingers, his skeleton arm, his skull. Oh my gosh. It is great. It's such an awesome idea that Super 7 had here to do this version of Godzilla. You can even see parts of the tail. Just you see like what I would assume is like some of the bones in the tail showing there. Really cool. Really cool. Comes with an alternate head, which is just a full skull, just bone. I think that is such a great idea. This is such a cool idea. Like in the history of Godzilla toys, there are hundreds of thousands of different variations of Godzilla. There are probably tens of, 50, hundreds of just different versions of burning Godzilla. But I can't really think off the top of my head how many toys there are of this version of Godzilla. There's some model kits of just the Godzilla skeleton, but seeing the meltdown, just, oh, so cool. It's like freaking Mortal Kombat up in this thing. I love it. Gosh, I loved seeing this. It's a really cool reveal. Shout outs to any collectors who get that, because I think it's awesome. Let me hop back up here. Oh yeah, this last week it was October 4th. It was 3 years, the 3-year anniversary of the movie Joker. Gotta say, any of you guys seen that movie? I'll tell you guys, I watched that in theaters once, and that's pretty much all I really needed to see of that movie. That's not to say that it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's really good. But it's not a movie that makes me feel good when I watch it. I know that kind of sounds strange. It kind of sounds a little off, but it's a bit of a depressing movie. You kind of just feel bad. Like, you know, there's feel-good movies. Like, gosh, what's a feel-good movie? Dumbo. Dumbo's a feel-good movie. You feel good by the end of it. Dumbo's flying around. His mom's not in chains. It's a happy time. The Joker, it starts out pretty sad. You know, you meet Arthur Fleck. Joaquin Phoenix does a hell of a great job in this movie. I really felt uncomfortable watching Arthur Fleck in action. You meet Arthur Fleck. He goes on this whole kind of, maybe not a downward spiral, but he goes on a spiral. He goes through a series of events where things just get worse. Never saw it. Heard it was rather intense, which isn't necessarily my taste. That's what I would say. It is certainly intense, definitely. Just looking at these screenshots alone, there's a lot of things where you just, moments where you cringe. At least I cringed. Not to say that it was bad, you know. It's not like, oh, that's cringe, bro. Like, you're just anxious. Yeah, like you're worried about what's going to happen next. And, yeah. Honestly, it really left an impression on me. Really left an impression on me. Shout outs to the Joker. Joaquin Phoenix, you did a great job. You did a great job at making me feel anxious in this movie. But anyhow, let's just scroll on down. We're kind of moseying on over to other media. You know, we've talked about some toys here and there. But this morning I watched a little, I think it's defined as a TV special, even though it was on streaming service. That's what Wikipedia said. It was about an hour long TV special. Werewolf by Night. Actually, let me pull up a thing of here. Werewolf by Night. Pull up an image there. Boom. There we go. This is probably just going to pull up the IMDb. Okay. Okay, Werewolf by Night. I watched that. Earlier this morning. Just gonna get one of just the image here. Open image in new tab. There we go. That's what I want. Werewolf by Night. That was a pretty good one. So just to kind of give a brief synopsis of the whole thing without really going into spoilers. Basically, this came out this morning, actually, an original special only on Disney Plus. It's a Marvel Studios special presentation. Let me just open up Wikipedia on my other tab here. Hopefully, we're all having a nice morning, evening, wherever you are. I hope you're having a good day. Remember, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Okay. Werewolf by Night. So, already, this is the whole plot. Never mind. So, basically, the basic thing is you follow the Marvel Comics character Elsa Bloodstone. And basically, Elsa Bloodstone and a few other monster hunters are gathered together to participate in a special hunt in order to see who will inherit the special relic known as the Bloodstone and become like the new leader of the, I guess, the monster hunter group. And it's pretty good. Obviously, as the name suggests, there is a werewolf, and it takes place at nighttime. But it's pretty good. I won't go into spoilers. I talked a little bit about it. I tweeted a bit about it. Obviously, if you know, you know. It was pretty good. A little under an hour. I think it was like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Werewolf by Night was a nice introduction to a few interesting characters from the Marvel Universe. Blood Moon. Gosh, it's Bloodstone. Elsa Bloodstone, Jack Russell, and Theodore Ted Sallis all seem like they would be nice additions to the current Marvel setting. Yeah, so just to talk a little bit about that, you know, you had some pretty good stuff, pretty good characters here. So you had Laura Donnelly as Elsa Bloodstone. And she's kind of cool. She kind of has that air of being similar to Scarlett Johansson as a Black Widow, at least in her earlier incarnations, where she's a little more serious. She can be a bit sarcastic and witty, but it's not like to a distracting. It's not to the point of being distracting. So Laura Donnelly as Elsa Bloodstone, great stuff. I thought she was good. She kills things, and she does cool things too. So it's about, I guess that's the long and short of it. You also have Gail Garcia Bernal. He's a Mexican actor and producer. He stars as Jack Russell, who is pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I won't spoil nothing, but he does a good job. I think he was pretty good. I think he was solid. I'd like to see more of him, along with Elsa Bloodstone. And, of course, you had Ted Sallis, a.k.a. the Man-Thing. That was the guy I was most excited to see. Man-Thing, I love it. I love it. Great guy. Great big monster thing. He's not Swamp Thing. That's DC. Man-Thing is cool. You know, he's got, you know, big swamp-like creature. He was cool. Cool stuff there. The short special is filmed mostly in black and white. Or at least the filter is black and white for most of it. At the very end, you get some color that re-enters the movie. Is it like hardcore, like R-rated stuff? No, I wouldn't really say that. I think that might be partially the reason why they made it black and white, because there is some blood and gory scenes, so to speak. You know, some guys get torn up and shredded up, but yeah, you know, obviously you can tell there's some CGI blood. You get this nice shot where there's like blood splatter on the screen, you know, fake CGI blood splatter. It's like, yeah, pretty good. So yeah, you know, if you get the chance, I think this is a nice little thing to check out. Something that I appreciated was that it was not comedy hour. Let me explain there. Some other things that I've been watching from Marvel, I think the only other thing I'm watching right now is She-Hulk. That movie, or that series, is basically comedy hour. A majority of the actors in that one are making jokes. They're really hamming it up. And it really, I think it negatively affects the acting ability of pretty much a lot of one-shot people. With Werewolf by Night, you don't get that as much. There's one or two little quips, but it's not exhausting. It's not that bad either. There's one character who has a bit of a thick Irish accent, and that kind of made me raise an eyebrow. But other than that, I think there's really not too much to be worried about. It is a little more cheesy. It's a little more campy. If you've seen the trailer for this, you see like a corpse talking, and you can tell it's obviously like animatronic. And the big line was like, "Good luck, I'll be rotting for you." Funny corpse humor. But yeah, I definitely check it out. It's a nice little thing. Nice little Halloween thing to get you in that Halloween spirit. What else here? That's about it. That's a little video of Aragorn. But yeah, let me just close this out. Stop sharing that. Bing, bada, boom. Anyhow, I mean, other things that I've watched. I mean, we had Rings of Power. They had an episode. I think it's episode 7. That came out last night, this morning. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, I'm kind of half and half on the show now. When it first came out, like the first 2 or 3 episodes, I was pretty into it, honestly. Now, obviously, this isn't like me. I'm not gonna stone man the goodness of this show. I think there's things I like, there's things I don't like. If you don't like the show, then I understand. There's been a lot of compelling arguments as to the validity of the adaptation of the works of Tolkien. And honestly, I think one of my favorite parts of the show are the orcs. I just really like the orcs. Because, there's a lot of different groups that you kind of follow. You have elves, you have dwarves, you have hobbits, as in the Harfoots. Then you have humans. And then you have the orcs. And pretty much every time you see the orcs on screen, you know that someone's going to die. Or there's going to be some fighting, There's going to be some fighting. So I like watching for the orcs. Because I know there's going to be some kind of action. And at the very least, they're going to look cool. There's some really cool looking orcs in that show. Apparently, there's only going to be one more episode for this season. So, one more week of waiting for the next episode of Rings of Power. There are reports that they have begun filming season 2 in England. I think I saw that a week or 2 ago. So, that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they have down the pipe for us, I guess. And gosh, what else? There's House of the Dragon, cool show. I've been enjoying it. I think it's really gotten a lot more interesting for me. I kind of feel it's a bit of a dichotomy here, a bit of a mishmash for me. Rings of Power, I liked it more at the beginning. I'm a little more half and half now. House of the Dragon, I was a little half and half at the beginning. And I'm a lot more into it now. So they're kind of swapping. They're kind of swapping here. They're both a lot better than She-Hulk, in my opinion. I like them both a lot more than She-Hulk. But yeah, House of the Dragon, it's really good. We'll get to watch that on Sunday. That'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Goodness, let me just check. 37 minutes here. Whoa. But yeah, I'd say that's about it. I've been watching some anime. Watched some Demon Slayer. I've watched like 7 or 8 episodes of that, and it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's very wholesome, I guess, and cute in its own way. I think one thing that kind of threw me off with that series is everybody looks young. Everyone's the way they're drawn, I guess, they look really young. Like even like some of the demons just look like teenagers. It's not really an issue. It's not a huge issue. It's just a stylistic choice that kind of threw me off at first, but I'm used to it now. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. And I think I'm gonna start closing it out. And honestly, to close it out, I'm just gonna play this wonderful song. I don't know if it's gonna get me copywritten, but I played it earlier. Rock and Rage. Oh, from the game Primal Rage. If you know, you know. Oh, great stuff. But anyhow, folks, I'm going to close it on out. Shout outs to everybody who passed on through. Shout out to Theme Park Cash. And yeah, it's nice kind of hopping back into this. Let me turn down my volume here on this song. But anyhow, big thanks, you guys. See you around. Probably stream again casually next Friday, most likely. And who knows, I might just hop on sometime today or tomorrow this weekend and play some games. But anyhow, thanks a lot, guys, and catch you later. Bye-bye. I wanna ride all day. I love this thing. I love these games. All right. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.